Hello, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to finally render the magic card, or at least start to build our render for the magic card that we generated the data in the videos before. So with no further ado, let's start. For this, we're going to use the pillow library that is useful for processing images in Python. We already imported the PIL library before, but this time we have to import the image draw library. And this library will allow us to make some additions in our images, like write text and draw things, etc. So the first thing we're going to do is not directly related to the render, to the card that we are going to render, but it's a helper function. So we can find the places where we have to draw the things in the cards. So we are going to define a function draw rectangle. I receive an image x, y, the coordinates, the size of the rectangle, and its color. Okay, so here we're going to do image equals image.copy draw image draw dot draw image, and then the x1 the rectangle, the image draw or better, the rectangle object that we're going to draw. In the pillow images, we have to provide the coordinates for its extreme edges, like x1 and y1 representing the top left corner of the rectangle, and the x2, y2 representing the right bottom corner of the rectangle. So, but I think this is not much intuitive. So I designed this function providing the top left coordinate for the rectangle and its size with the parameters width and height. But since the actual function from PL library needs to receive the x1, y1, and x2, y2 coordinates, we have to generate these coordinates. So here x1 will be equal to x, y1 will be equals to y, but x2 will be x plus width, and y2 will be y plus height. All right, so finally we can call draw rectangle, then we pass our coordinates inside a tuple, and y1, x2, y2, and then fill color. Okay, so we return our image. So this function is going to get the image reference and draw on a rectangle in this image using these coordinates, or better, these coordinates and this width and height. So okay, with our helper function defined here, we can finally start to actually render the things on our cards. So here I'm going to create another header for us to guide ourselves through the notebook later. So okay, let me take some image examples here. So okay, so this is the assets that we're going to use in this render. Actually, it's only a part of the assets, but we can see that we have different colors and different types of cards. Some cards have this small rectangle here that is used so we can place, is where we place the actual power and toughness of the card. But some cards are not creatures, so we don't have these rectangles. So we are going to use this different template here. So, but we have 5 colors. I showed the example here, just 2. But be in mind that we have 5 colors, 5 different colors that are red, blue, black, green, and white. So okay, so since this is our start, so we have to first load the proper card. So let's define a function to load some of these cards in the memory. So load blank card, and then we pass color, no creature, flag. So with these functions, with these parameters, actually we can define the proper image where we have to load, and the color with the card color, and non-creature will define if the card will have this small rectangle or not. So if color and not in, here we do some sanity checks. Blue, black, red, green. That is, if the color provided is not one of these, we are going to default the color to white. And this is useful if someone pass the wrong color name to the function, or if the card is colorless. And here we don't have a template for the colorless cards. We are going to use a default of white. So okay, and now we have to check the non-creature flag. If it is a non-creature, that is, it is a creature, it is a creature, we have to load the creature file. In there already provided assets, have this path to the cards. So here we're going to use an F string to specify the color, and then card, and .jpg. All right. And if the card it is a creature, that is, the non-creature is false, we are going to load another one. So it's almost the same thing, but in the end we have card and creature .jpg. Okay, so here now that we have our file name, we just load it with image.open file name, and here we do some sanity conversion to RGB to make sure it is in the proper format. And then we finally return our blank card. So let's test our function. So if we say here red, a non-creature is true, that is, it is a non-creature. Okay, he loaded a card that doesn't have the small rectangle, and if we place here false, it loads the card that has the small rectangle. So let's test another color here, green, and white, black. And if we provide some invalid colors, it is supposed to load white, and okay, it is working. Okay, so let's place here blue. All right. So the next thing we have to do is to, okay, so we have our card template loaded in the memory. So now we are going to place the cost, the menas here in the top right corner. So let me show some examples of the menas. So the menas are like this. These assets are already provided. So we have to place these figures here in the top right corner according to the card parameters. So here in our example, the parameters were for red. So we have to place red and 4 here. So to do that, we have to define a function to paste an image over another image. So another help function. So we're going to create this function like paste images, source image, target image, X, Y, and mask. Target image. We will copy this image so we don't actually edit the original image. Is a good idea to use unmutable objects to prevent bugs and etc. So here we copy it, and then we use the image paste source image, the coordinates XY, and then provide a mask. Well, the mask will say which pixels should be transparent or not. If we provide a none to this variable, the image will be placed as it is. But if you use a mask, it will create some transparency. In this case, this is important since the MENA images are rounded images, so we have all this region here that needs to be transparent. So if you don't provide a mask, it will draw a square and with these regions white. So this is why we have to provide a mask. So return target image. Okay. Now that we have a help function to paste an image, we're going to create the actual function to draw the menus. So card menus, and then here we are going to receive the card image, something like this, and in the menus we are going to receive the cost of the card in this format here. So we have to, since we have we can have more than one cost, we have to iterate through them. So for Y and MENA, and numerate, we need to have the coordinate of the actual index of the MENA, so we can use this index to position the MENA in the right place. So here we're going to use reversed MENAs, because here we provide the cost in this ordered list, but in the actual mesh card we have to draw it in the reverse order. So we have to use 4 and then or better, we have to provide R and then 4. So since we're drawing them from right to left. So here we have to load the actual image for the current MENA. So have string assets images MENAs and the MENA code and .png. All right. So here we use a try catch block. Use this try catch if in case of an invalid MENA code is provided, so our system doesn't crash. It will just skip it, the bad code. So here we load the MENA asset image, so one of these, and then we resize it to the proper size it has to be placed in our card. So then card past image source image equals MENA image, target image, we have card, the next The x coordinate will be this. I already tested, and it has to be 3, 4, 5 and minus 1 minus I, sorry, times 19. So this is the top left corner here, and then we use minus to navigate to this direction. 19 is the amount of space we have to skip between one man to another. And then we provide a fixed y, that is the height of the man in the card. So we use mask to include the transparency. Since all the image has a bigger than 0 pixel value, we can use the actual image as a mask, since the pixels that will be transparent here. Now we go to the except block, file not found. In case of bad mana, we just pass and continue to render it. So return card. Okay. Wrong here. Inconsistent use of tabs. What the hell? Oh, here. Of course. Again, dude. Okay, there's 2 tabs here. Come on. Oh Lord, what is happening here? Not getting what is wrong. Come on. What is wrong here? Consistent use of tabs. Let's clear this and do them again. Okay, so this has to be here and this here. Oops. Well, it probably were some bad white space here. I don't know. So okay. So now that we have our Menace card created, we can finally create a card here. Load blank. How was structure called? Blank card. Let's use a blue card and a non-creature false. What? Oh, okay. So here our card, and then we can use the function define here, and you use, I don't know, maybe 4 images. Okay, here we have this is back to be mana image. Okay. So many bugs. Oh, finally. So now we can see the mana draw here. So if we choose just wait, if we give it this red or black. And since black and blue starts with B, the blue is actually provided with a U. So with this function, we can finally draw the menus in the card. So okay, in the next video we will keep going with our tutorial, and we are going to draw the actual creature image in the card and start to write things on it. So stay tuned. Bye bye.